What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Well, Shiba Inu's price is finally making the move that we've been looking for the last week, and I want to tell you guys exactly what's going on, what you can expect, and well, what I'm doing right now. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into it. And don't forget, if you do want to trade a little Shiba Inu, Bitcoin, Solana, SHIB, Pepe, most of your favorite altcoins, you can trade them on up to 500x leverage here on BTCC. Now, guys, if you do sign up specifically with my link to BTCC, they're going to give you a 10% bonus on all first-time deposits between $500 and $100,000. Guys, this means that if you deposit, say, $3,000, they're going to give you $300 to trade on the spot. You turn that $300 into $700, that profit that you just made, completely yours, no strings attached. That means you can withdraw it, reinvest it, trade it. You can do whatever you want with it. It's completely for you. This is an opportunity for you to make free gains during a bull market, which is absolutely ridiculous. I do about 60 to 70% of my trading these days on BTCC because I'm really starting to get the feel for it even more. So I do think you'll like it. So go to that link down below, go check that out, and go take advantage of that because I don't know exactly how long they're going to let me have this deal. Okay, so looking at SHIB though, let's kind of dive into it. So let me catch you up. Let me catch you up to speed. Okay, let's bring you up to date. So what we've been tracking for SHIB has been a lot recently. Obviously, on the more macro sense, we were tracking the descending channel in which SHIB then used an inverse head and shoulders to break out of. As we got the breakout of those two macro structures, we started to see it, of course, break through all these resistance zones, but kind of cool down a bit. As we cooled down a bit and we were seeing SHIB trying to flip this resistance into support, we got this bullish pennant. Now, that's kind of brings us into this week. Now, as we've been tracking this bullish pennant this week, 2 days ago, I think 2 or 3 days ago, I told you all that SHIB had less than 4 days left before we saw it start to try to break out. The reason being was because when you have bullish pennants of this nature, once you hit the 70% threshold, you will usually see a breakout. It's just what cryptos do. I've studied these top 10 cryptos from an analytical side for about 2 years during the bear market, basically. I was bored. I didn't have much to do anyway. And I just realized, hey, about 70% of the time to 80% of the time, once you hit that 70% threshold, you're going to see these things break out. So 2 days ago, I made a video. You can go look yourself. It said something along the lines of Shiba Inu has less than 4 days left. And then yesterday, I made a video whenever we got a little bit more towards the upside, and I was saying, hey, Shiba Inu's price is trying to make the move that we are looking for. Pay very close attention. If it can clear this level up here, right around this 2.8 level, I think we're going to see this bad boy just start sending it. I think we're really going to start seeing this thing catch some momentum, so watch it very closely. And you know what was funny is that in that video, we were kind of in that phase where Shiba Inu hasn't done anything in a while, so people get a little pessimistic, and there were so many comments like, SHIB's not going anywhere, it's a dead coin, it's a scam coin, what are you talking about, blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, you know what? Well, if everybody's getting this pissed off about SHIB just because it's going sideways, I'm going to buy a little bit. And so yesterday in the Discord server, I said a bunch of pissed off commenters on my last SHIB video combined with the possible breakout here for SHIB is good enough for me to do a little dollar cost averaging. And what I did is I started doing a little buying on SHIB there, and what do you know, this bad boy goes up 18% afterwards. So that played out well. I appreciate those of you who were pissed. You know, you gotta harness the emotions a little bit. But at the end of the day, we're seeing this thing systematically break out exactly as we have been talking about. And now what I want to do is I want to talk a little bit about what is going on now and what we need to really be on the lookout for now that it is making this move that we've been hoping it would make for the last week or so. Now, if at any given point I say anything in this video that's confusing, complicated because you're new or a little bit more of a beginner to the technical side, or if you're someone who is super advanced or pretty advanced within the world of technical analysis, trading, crypto, etc., and you're just trying to elevate, you're trying to get better, you're trying to multiply your gains while we do have this short bull run, which is realistically what we're going to have, a short amount of time, what I want you to do, and all I ask from you, is just to stick around to the end of the video. At the end of the video, I'm going to talk to you about that Discord server I just showed you, where you can see some of the things that I'm buying and selling. You can see my thoughts and insights about stuff. We have technical analysis, fundamental analysis every day. I have professional trade teams giving their buy and sell signals, premium classes. We have a live workshop, one starting today, beginners courses. We have these mini videos. We have a crazy community absolutely printing gains. And so, yeah, just stick around if that's something that interests you. If you want to just get better at this whole crypto thing, that's for you. Stay to the end of the video. Now that you're caught up on what's been going on with SHIB, let's talk about what comes next. Because, man, it's so bullish, guys. It's so bullish what we just saw, okay? So, what we see is that, of course, Shiba Inu's price did break, of course, through the top side of that bullish pennant. Now, history says that whenever you want to find your breakout target of a bullish pennant, that you take the depth from the top of the pennant to the bottom of the flagpole. That is the way in which they measure it, and you apply it to your breakout zone. Now, if you apply it to your breakout zone, what that does is it gives you your maximum breakout target, which in this case is all the way back up towards that 5-0 level. Now, what's interesting is that if you do see that, then you'll recognize that also aligns pretty well with our macro breakout zone, which we of course built from this descending channel and this inverse head and shoulders. This green box is where Shiba Inu's price should head to as a result of breaking through these two big old structures, and that does make a lot of sense that our breakout target from this pennant does align well with that. So this means that we are very likely now really on track to hit this breakout zone like we've been hoping for. That breakout zone spans between 3765 and 4859, and now that means that those purchases that we were doing at the bottom side here, right in our first dollar cost average zone, those bad boys might very well end up 60 to 100%, which is absolutely insane. Now, is it gonna just be an immediate move towards the upside? I'm not exactly sure. I mean, it has been so far, so it very well might just continue upwards. But what I do know is that we are going to start running into some resistance pretty soon. One of the biggest points of resistance that we're going to run into is where we are like right now, right? If we draw, look, let me do this, watch. If we draw a macro Fibonacci from that big high down there all the way down to that big old low that we put in down there, you can see that we're sitting in the golden zone right now. The golden zone is, of course, the level that will either absolutely wreck you back to the downside, or once you clear it, it opens up the door for insane moves to the upside. Now, I will give you a little bit of a sneak peek. I do have a premium class on the Fibonacci's that just released 2 days ago, so if you want to learn a little bit extra about these, you can. But overall, yes, we're in the golden zone right now, and anytime we're in this zone, you just have to be aware that you might crash at any given point. Until you clear this zone, you are at max risk. Like, absolute max risk. That's why whenever we got rejected off of it the first time right here, I told you guys, like, hey, be careful. Yes, I want SHIB's price to come back and find some support, especially on top of, say, like a previous point of support like this. But when you get rejected, man, can it get ugly. And we held well. We did well. We got rejected one more time, but we held well. And now we're pushing up into it. And so what I would go ahead and say is that at this moment, I would still be a little bit careful, right? Like if you're hoping that SHIB hits that breakout zone, which is around 375, we still have this Fibonacci retracement zone sitting at 3354 that could at any given point reject us to the downside. But in the grand scheme of things, it does feel to me as if this is the move we've been talking about, right? This feels like the continuative move that we've been hoping for, and SHIB's making absolutely amazing progress. And the beautiful part about it is now, guys, that now that we've seen this break towards the upside, all of this stuff down here is just going to be even more macro liquidity, right? Even if there is a point in time where SHIB's price comes back down and tries to roll, say, wants to pull back a bit. Maybe we see SHIB go a little bit red later today. We're going to come back, and the moment we hit this zone right here, I believe this 278 to, let's just call it 28 zone right here, boom, the likelihood is we're going to get a ton of support. And now that we've cleared this point of resistance right here, that's also going to be support. So now we have support there. We got support there. And so even if we do start to pull back, even if we do get rejected off here, the likelihood is that we're going to find some liquidity on top of this big old zone that we just created and try to use that to continue upwards, just like we did right here. And so because of it, it doesn't really matter to me. I mean, this is absolutely bullish. It's so absolutely fantastic. And I love the fact that, again, we were talking about this, right? Doing that purchasing. Look, let me go back to the server. Doing that purchasing right here just because, where was that at? Yeah, doing that purchasing on that little breakout. I mean, look where it was. And then you pulled that up. I mean, guys, that was right here, perfect timing, just because you got to notice those things, right? You got to notice those changes in momentum. So the primary focus of the video, just letting you know, look, it's making the move we've been hoping for. It's finally printing those gains that we were preparing for, and now it very well may be on target to hit our breakout zone that we've been talking about since this bad boy was way down here. We've been talking about this breakout zone. Everybody was saying it wasn't going to happen because SHIB's been going sideways, blah 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 blah, but we knew what was up, and we knew what was the case, and now look, we're in a spot where we might be on the way. So we still want to see it clear that 3354 level. That will be a battle, that will be a test. And of course, as we do get what's called structural clarity, which means this candle start to do stuff, they start to build structure, and I can actually see what's happening, I'll give you another update on what I'm expecting next. Right now, this is not a buy zone, I don't believe. I think this is a small take profit zone, in my opinion. I might even take some small profits off those purchases I was doing at the bottom of here, and I might just leave it alone for a little bit. But I don't think this is a buy zone, in my personal opinion. I like to buy on structurals like this. I like to wait for it to go down or descend or create some type of clarity. I don't like buying on green candles that are going straight up on 20% personally. And so because of that, it's just a sit back, hands back behind your head, and just watch the gains print, baby. And so because of that, I love what we're seeing here. Absolutely fantastic. It has finally happened. Now, as I mentioned before, let me tell you a little bit about this, because what's happening over in this Discord server is just absolutely insane. It's ridiculous. Like, and what I'll do is I'll just show you, look, like 500% gains, 100%, 130, 224. This one was because of our, where was it? There was one from yesterday where someone did a trade based off of the Pro Trade team and absolutely smashed it. Yeah, Pro Trade Team 2 gave a signal. This guy made 67% off of it. Absolutely insane. Now, if you want access to the Discord server, look, let me tell you real quick, just so there's no confusion, right? If you want access to the Discord server, you got to go through the Patreon link down below. You have two options, $5 a month or $17 a month. So it's a freaking Netflix subscription or even cheaper. Now, when you do pay for that, what you're going to get is access again to the server, which comes with my insights. So this is sometimes what I'm buying, sometimes what I'm selling, but a lot of the time just my thoughts and opinions about things. Like I said, this is the reason why I'm doing certain things. I gave them a 7-minute long message the other day about how I'm going to be buying during the bull market and stuff like that. You're going to get daily technical analysis reports from me, daily fundamental analysis reports from me. Again, I hired 2 professional trading teams. These are people who eat, sleep, and breathe trading that are giving their buy and sell signals every single day throughout the week on what they're doing. As I mentioned before, they had this trade right here where somebody in the community made 60% off of this signal, which is absolutely fantastic. We have premium classes. These are classes that go a lot more in depth and detail, a little bit more advanced for those of you who want that extra work, that extra information. Comes with all the notes and all that stuff. We have our first premium live workshop actually later today, which is going to be pretty cool, which is going over XRP. We have a guy who's a real big XRP fanatic, and he's going to be talking about what XRP is, what analysts are talking about it, like all that good stuff. So if you want that, go check that out. I love it. I think that's going to be one of the best workshops that you can get for something like XRP. We have these beginners courses. I have one release now on technical analysis. It comes with a 25-minute long video, and it's going to come with a 17-page presentation with some cheat sheets as well. I have 4 more beginners courses releasing. The next one is on the 3rd. It's going over leverage trading, then one on fundamental analysis, meme coin investing, and altcoin investing. And then I have tips with Tyler, and this is literally just 2 3-minute long videos on random stuff that you guys need help with. And so as I mentioned before, the community's been absolutely smashing it. The growth we've been seeing here, the education we've been seeing here is something I've genuinely never seen before, especially from a server that's not even 3 weeks old. The server's 2.5 weeks old, and these gains have been absolutely ridiculous. So if you want to go check that out, do go down below. Check it out. It's either a Netflix subscription amount or cheaper, but the value there is absolutely insane. And don't forget, if you do want to trade a little SHIB yourself, you can go trade over on BTCC. Get that 10% bonus on first-time deposits between $500 and $100,000. And so with that said, guys, let me know what you think. How are you feeling? Are you pumped? Are you hyped? Because this Shiba Inu pump, oh man, it feels good, especially whenever you're talking about it, and then boom, then it happens just like that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. How are you feeling? What you doing? Are you buying? Are you selling? And what do you think is going to happen this week? And I can't wait to see you all next time. Peace out, everybody.